This is your second video for FSW 293, Infant and Toddler Student Teaching. I'm going to go through and make a series of videos for each module. So you've already seen Module 0, which is an introduction to the course and the paperwork that's required. So next we're going to move on to Module 1, which is going to comprise your first 5 weeks in your student teaching placement. So the first thing you're going to look at is the Module 1 overview. And if you move down, let me move down a little bit here. You'll see there's a discussion board. This is your first or your second discussion board. This Module 1 discussion board is asking you to basically describe where you're at. What are you seeing? Where are you located? What type of a program is it? So it's just a general introduction to the other students that are also student teaching, so you can kind of get a better feel where everyone will be placed for this semester. This might also be an opportunity for you to ask questions or bring up topics that you may have questions about as you go through the rest of your student teaching. The next form here is the student teaching checklist of activities and experiences. I'll click on this. So this is, let's see here. This is a form you will be completing. You'll be completing with your cooperating teacher or your supervisor. Ideally, you would go through this with both of them. And this is basically just to get you acclimated to your site. So there's going to be school policies, classroom policies, and these are things, again, ideally you're going to be discussing these both with the cooperating teacher and your supervisor, but it's important that you know what some of the policies are where you're going to be throughout your student teaching observations and experiences. So if I scroll down here, so some of these pertain to specific types of things you'll be seeing in your placement. What types of things did you see your cooperating teacher do? Were there transitions, time management, lesson plans? So as you go through the semester, you will gradually be taking on more and more responsibility. So this is just an introduction at the beginning of the semester of what some different things you'll be seeing while you're in this particular placement site. So if we go back to Module 1 activities, so you will have a series of 5 different weekly reflections and self-assessments. So as you can see, they're labeled week 1, week 2, etc. So the first 5 weeks, you will be completing one each week. So if you go here and click on this, and again, I'm going to pull this up. The purpose of this is to get you ready to take on more responsibility. So you're going to have your student teacher, your name, your supervisor's name, your cooperating teacher's name, and each week you're going to be doing some goal setting. So you're going to come up with goals. Some of the goals you may come up with may be related to getting to know the children more, or maybe getting to know the routines more. So each week you'll come up with a list of goals. And then the second part is a reflection or analysis. What went well? So based on your goals, did you accomplish your goal? Were there things that you wish you could change or wish you could do differently? Are there things that you're confused by, that you have questions about, that you may need to do a little bit of extra reading outside of your student teaching placement? If you had this week to do over again, what would you do different? What one word describes your teaching experience this week? And any new ideas, or concepts that you implemented this week. And then I spent approximately how many hours in student teaching involvement with the students this week. So the third part is, how can I, as your supervisor, help you? So this last section is where you and your university supervisor, your Miami supervisor, will kind of brainstorm and come up with different ways that you feel you need more help with. So, for example, if you feel lesson plans are a little challenging for you and you want more assistance with this, this is where you would talk with your supervisor and your cooperating teacher to have them support and mentor you with this particular activity. So throughout the weeks, you may have different areas that you want specific help with. So the purpose of this is to get you and your cooperating teacher and your university supervisor having some dialogues about what you know your own strengths and weaknesses are as a teacher and how you can address those as you begin your first 5 weeks of your student teaching with infants and toddlers.